Hello everyone. I welcome you all to this lesson. Today I am going to discuss on one of the most important topic in English grammar, that is noun and types of noun. So here I begin, and before that let me ask you, have you subscribed to my channel? If you haven't, then please do, and watch the video till end and press the like button if you have liked it. So let us start with noun and types of noun. Now, what is a noun? A noun is the name of a person, place, animal, or thing. For example, person like Rajiv, Yatish, Chandraprakash, place like Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai, animals like tiger, lion, deer, things like bat, ball, doll is a noun. Now I'll tell you the meaning of noun. All naming words are called noun. Nouns are everywhere. It is the name of an inanimate as well as animate object. Nouns also name ideas, qualities, feelings, and conditions. Noun also names an object. For example, tree is a concrete noun. Substance like cotton is a material noun, or idea like peace is an abstract noun. So, we can say that a noun names people, animals, places, things, events, qualities, and states. Noun can be simple to understand because any name of a person, a place, an animal, or a thing is a noun. So, noun refers to person, animals, places, things, ideas, or events, etc. Nouns encompass most of the words of a language. There are different types of nouns. So now I'll be discussing one by one. That is proper noun, common noun, abstract noun, concrete noun, countable noun, non-countable noun, collective noun, compound noun, singular noun, plural noun, gender noun, and gerund noun. First of all, I will discuss about a compound noun. A compound noun is made by joining two words. That is, for example, basket plus ball is basketball, sea plus food is seafood, tooth plus paste is toothpaste, food plus ball is football. Now with spaces we write as ice cream, swimming pool, bus stop, living room. Without space, compound nouns are classmate, greenhouse, grasshopper, lifespan. With hyphens, compound nouns are mother-in-law, dry cleaning, self-confidence, merry-go-round. Now I move towards another type of noun, that is gerunds. Gerunds are words that are formed with verbs but act as nouns. They are very easy to spot since every gerund is a verb with ing tacked to its tail. There are no exception to this rule. A word ending in ing that is made from a verb and used like a noun. In the sentence, everyone enjoyed Tyler's singing. The word singing is gerund. More examples like we can take, a gerund can either be a subject or an object of a sentence. In English, for example, cycling is fun. So what we have seen, children, that gerund is a noun ending with ing that has been formed from a verb. Examples are thinking, playing, painting, eating. The property of gerund is, unlike a normal noun, a gerund can be modified by a verb and take an object. For example, carefully painting the fence, where carefully is an adverb, painting is a gerund, and fence is a direct object. Now I move towards the next type of noun, that is singular and plural noun. A singular noun names one person, place, thing, animal, or ideas, whereas a plural noun names more than one person, place, thing, or ideas. Most of the nouns, like for example car, becomes plural by adding s, for example cars. Nouns ending in s, x, h, ch, z, sh, ss, o, y, I. For example, bus, bunch, box, potatoes becomes plural by adding es. For example, buses, bunches, boxes, potatoes. Nouns ending in f or fe, for example, calf ends with ves. For example, calves. I move towards the next type of noun, that is collective noun. Collective nouns are names for a collection or a number of people or things. Words like group, herd, constellations are an example for collective noun. So, collective nouns, one word that names a group of people, animals, or things is called a collective noun. For example, an army of soldiers, a team of ducks, a bunch of keys. In people, the set of collective nouns we can use are a band of men, a cast of actors, a stack of librarians, a sentence of judges, a galaxy of beauties, a bevy of girls, a choir of singers, a hack of smokers. In animals, we can use as a colony of gulls, a brood of hens, a flight of birds, a flock of turkeys, a group of guinea pigs, a litter of cubs, a knell of dogs, a sloth of bears. In things we can take as a batch of cakes, a bottle of milk, a bowl of rice, a box of cereals, a can of soda, a cartoon of milk, a cup of tea. Here I have mentioned few of them. There are a number of collective nouns which can be used. Now I move towards the next type of noun, and that is a common noun. A common noun names any person, place, animal, thing or idea. Common nouns do not define any particular person, place or thing. Common nouns are not capitalized unless they come at the beginning of a sentence. For example, boy, girl, doctor, city, teacher, baseball. Sentences of common noun are teacher teaches in school, birds live on trees, I love to read storybooks, Yatish's mother is a doctor. These chocolates and cakes are so delicious. I love to eat fruits. So words like ball, pencil, chair, tiger, dog, dolphin, spider, park, girl, boy, teacher, police officer are all common nouns. Now I move towards another type of noun, that is the proper noun. A proper noun is the names of people or places such as your name, your friend's name, your parents' names, the name of your town and country are special naming words, and these words are called proper noun. Special naming words for or a proper noun always begin with capital letter. So remember, dear children, proper noun always begin with capital letter. For example, my name is Gunjan. His name is Rajiv. My cousin lives in America. I stay at Dehradun. Some examples of proper noun we can also take name of person like Ram, Shyam, Geeta, Sita. Name of creatures like Tuffy, Fluffy. Name of place like Dehradun, Kolkata, Jabalpur, Delhi. Name of things like Parker pen, Usha fan. And person, as I have already told you, anyone's name like Ayan, Shakash and so on. When we name a car, that is a common noun. But when we are mentioning the name of the car, for example, Rolls-Royce, that is a proper noun. So now I'll tell you the difference between common noun and proper noun. Here, if I tell you only restaurant, that is a common noun. But if I give you the name of the restaurant, In-N-Out Burger, that is a proper noun. Chocolate is a common noun. Snicker is a proper noun. Laptop is a common noun. MacBook is a proper noun. Car is a common noun. Porsche is a proper noun. Suit is a common noun. Giorgio Armani is a proper noun. Subject is a common noun. Maths, English, and so on is a proper noun. Lizard is a common noun. Komodo dragon is a proper noun. Toy is a common noun. Barbie is a proper noun. Movie is a common noun. Spider-Man is a proper noun. Drink is a common noun. Pepsi is a proper noun. Singer is a common noun. Justin Bieber is a proper noun. So children, what we have seen is that when you are mentioning about the name of any particular, any specific thing, that becomes a proper noun. So the basic difference between common noun and proper noun are: number one, common noun is a noun which is the name of any person, place, animal, thing or idea, whereas a proper noun is a name which is a name of any specific person, place, animal, thing or idea. Number two, common noun, they are not capitalized unless they come in the beginning of the sentence. But proper noun should always be capitalized. So remember children, proper noun, even if they come in the middle of the sentence also, they are capitalized. Examples of common noun are doctor, girl, teacher, boy, car, etc. Examples of proper noun are Albert, Kolkata, Chennai, Ford, etc. Now I move towards another type of noun, that is the abstract noun. Abstract noun is opposite of concrete noun. It can only be thought of or felt. It cannot be seen or touched. So, what we have learned about abstract noun? An abstract noun is a word which names something that you cannot see, touch, hear, smell or taste. You can only feel or understand them, like love, friendship, joy, pain, fear, etc. For example, I was delighted at the news of her success. She will defeat them. Don't underestimate your own strength. We have to get at the truth of the matter. Some more examples of abstract nouns, like for example in feelings, anxiety, fear, pleasure, states, freedom, chaos, misery, emotions, anger, shock, sorrow, qualities, courage, honesty, patience, concepts, charity, comfort, deceit, moments, birthday, marriage, death. Now I move towards another type of noun, that is concrete nouns. Concrete nouns are nouns that you can physically see and touch. This is generally easy to understand. If you look around you, wherever you are, chances are that you will see hundreds of concrete nouns. They include common ones like clothes or windows, your books, but also more rare ones like fossils and toothpick. Places include the park, the school, and subway station, and specific names of places like the United States. People are your friends, your boss, your teacher, and the names of these people. The things, places, and people around you are all concrete nouns. So, what we have learned in concrete noun? A concrete noun is something that you can touch, see, taste, smell, hear. So, all five senses are involved in it. Like, for example, wave, hammer, lobster. Concrete nouns are pony, girl, book, tree, car, whereas abstract noun which you cannot see, that is trust, happiness, knowledge, health, and love. And concrete noun you can see and touch. So the basic difference between concrete noun and abstract noun is number 1. A concrete noun is a noun that can be observed with some or all of the 5 senses, whereas an abstract noun is something you cannot detect with your 5 senses. Number 2, it can be seen, heard, smelled, tasted, or felt, whereas an abstract noun are intangible things like feelings, ideas, and qualities. Number 3, it is an object that can be held in your hand or touched with your fingers, whereas abstract noun cannot be seen or touched with our fingers. Now I move towards another type of noun, and that is called the countable noun and uncountable noun. Number 1, in countable noun we can count things like, for example, we can count car, women, pencil, etc. Whereas uncountable noun we cannot count, like for example, milk, safety, rice, happiness. Can you count these, children? No, it is not possible to count them. Number 2, countable nouns have a plural form. For example, cat, cats, child, children, women, women. Whereas the uncountable nouns have no plural forms. Number 3, countable nouns can have a, an, or a number before them, whereas uncountable noun usually cannot have a, an, or a number before them. Examples of countable noun are, I have a cat. My cousin has 3 children. You can count them. Whereas uncountable noun examples are, they like rice. I wish you much success. Can you count rice, children? Can you count happiness? No, it is not possible to count them. So they are uncountable nouns. Some more examples of countable and uncountable nouns are countable like bun, sandwich, apple, oranges, burger, fries, eggs, salad, etc. Whereas uncountable nouns like bread, fruits, juice, meat, rice, cereals, jam, milk are all called uncountable nouns. Here bread and fruits, if fruits are made into juice, you cannot count them. And if bread is crushed into pieces, you cannot count them. Now I move towards the next type of noun, that is the gender noun. The gender of a noun indicates whether a person or animal we are referring to is a male or female. Noun that refers to a male only is called masculine gender. Noun that refers to female only is called feminine gender. The non-living object is referred to as neuter gender. Noun that refers to both boys as well as girls is called common gender. Now we can see few examples, like masculine refers to the names of boys and men. For example, father, son, priest, uncle, roaster, host, king, hero. Feminine refers to the names of girls and women. For example, aunt, mother, maiden, grandma, hen, ghost, nun, niece, etc. Common noun refers to names of both girls and boys. For example, doctor, visitor, cousin, relatives, nurse, friend, manager, singer, etc. Neuter refers to the names of things or objects, like for example, eraser, shoes, chocolates, car, desk, bus, book, pants, etc. So dear children, we have seen the different kinds of noun, the definition of noun, and the types of noun. Hope these are clear to you. So, dear children, with these words, I end my lesson. Hope this lesson will be beneficial for you in your study. Thank you.